Welcome to the Reddit Chronicles. Today we will be reading from Am I the Jerk? Our first post is by Lazy Cheesecake. Am I the jerk for refusing to cover my scar and wearing a bikini as it triggered my friend? I 24F had a cancer scare a few years back and had a biopsy done on my upper leg. The scar has faded now, but it is still fairly noticeable and about 7 centimeters long. Thankfully, it was only a scare and nothing came of it. For a while I was insecure about it and stopped wearing skirts or tight leggings where you could see the outline of the scar, but now that I'm accepted it's going to be there, I started to wear whatever and realized nobody cares about it apart from the odd question. We went to the beach yesterday as a friend group and I wore a bikini. I was excited to get a tan, and my friend Anna brought her other friend Dana 25F. I have met her before but don't know her very well. However, I do know she started a fundraiser for her mom who is fighting cancer right now. Dana's family situation is quite difficult, as her dad passed away recently, and her mom has stage 4, and Dana is juggling a lot. I came earlier than Anna and Dana, so I was already in my bikini when they joined us, and Dana was nice to me and asked about my new job. Then Anna went to say hi to the others, and Dana mentioned my scar and recognized it was a biopsy. She asked if I could wear a beach cover-up, and it was triggering to her, and insensitive of me, as I know her mom is going through it right now. I said no, I'm here to get a tan, and the cover-up will ruin that, and Dana didn't say anything but didn't talk to me for the rest of the day. Today, Anna texted me telling me Dana told her what happened, and while she agrees Dana's comment was weird, I should have given her a free pass, as she is not in the best place mentally right now. I said it was really weird and no, I wouldn't. I genuinely don't think I am in the wrong, and think she's being really weird about the situation. Obviously, if I am in the wrong, I will apologize. Our next post is by Very Cool Dad. Am I the jerk for yelling at my wife for firing our babysitter and making her cry because she called an ambulance? Hello Reddit. I have just downloaded Reddit because my niece said I should post this story to the Am I the Jerk board, so here I am. I am not very good with technology, so forgive me, but I'll probably be messing this whole post up. So basically, here's what happened. Me and my wife hired our babysitter who we've been going to for years. We have 2 sons and a daughter, and we've been hiring her since my oldest son was a baby. Though it was mostly her mom looking after the baby while she was helping, so we gave her a couple of dollars for that. She's now 16 and can look after the kids all on her own, and my oldest 2 love her. My youngest is only 7 months, so I'm not sure he really gets it yet, but he seems relatively happy when he's with her. This Friday, my kids' daycare has been closed for renovations, and Daisy, our babysitter, has kindly offered to take care of them after school from 3:30 to 6 p.m. I get home from work at 6 and my wife gets home at 5:30. However, I got home early from work at 5:30. When I got home, I found my wife yelling at Daisy while Daisy was just sobbing and apologizing. I asked my wife what was going on, and all she did was just start yelling that Daisy had cost us a bunch of money. My first thought was that she'd broken something, but my wife wasn't telling me what it was. She told Daisy she wouldn't be paying her for her time, and to get the heck out of our house and never come back or she'd call the police. Daisy then ran out crying, and I left my wife to calm down while I comforted my kids. They were all crying in a different room while my wife yelled at Daisy. When everything had calmed down, I got the full story from my wife. So here's what happened. My mother had been looking after the kids until 3:30 while we were at work. This was Daisy's first time looking after my youngest son, though we knew we could trust her with the babies since she looked after my daughter alone when she was a baby. Something important that you should know is that my youngest son has breath-holding episodes, which occur when he gets frustrated or is in pain, and he will just hold his breath. To stop them, you just have to blow on the baby or they will just snap out of it on their own. They're completely normal and relatively safe in babies, however. The episodes can sometimes cause passing out and blueness, and it's normal, and he usually wakes up within a few seconds. To cut a long story short, my mom forgot to tell Daisy what to do if that happens, and when my son passed out, Daisy panicked and called 911, and then my wife. My wife is now angry that Daisy called 911 for nothing, and has now wasted our money on an ambulance ride. Me and my wife are now arguing because I think Daisy did the right thing but my wife doesn't. Yesterday, we got into a heated argument. We both said some hurtful stuff, and she is now staying with her mother for a few days while she thinks over my priorities in the relationship. Am I the jerk? Our next post is by Golden Cane. Am I the jerk for refusing to apologize to my friend's boyfriend? This is so stupid, I feel like I'm in high school again. I, 34F, have a friend named Summer, also 34F, who's a free spirit. In high school, she got sent home multiple times for going to class barefoot. She dropped out of college and hitchhiked to Mexico one summer, didn't tell anyone where she was going. She forgets to pay her phone bill, so she's occasionally unreachable. I know that sounds like a lot, and it'll sound like even more by the end of this, but we've been friends since we were 10. I don't care that she's a mess. I love her, we're in this for the long haul. Summer's boyfriend, Will, is the opposite of her, and I'd hoped he'd mellow out her wild side. You know how Summer forgets to pay her phone bill? Well, apparently she did it again. I found out when Will called me Friday morning while I was at work. He said he was having trouble locating Summer. I said, "Yup, that's Summer for ya. If you get a hold of her, please tell her to call me. Best of luck." Then I hung up, thinking nothing of it. Will rang me again and demanded to know where Summer is. I truthfully said that I have no idea, but I'll call her parents for him and see if they know. I went to do exactly that, but Will called me again before I could. I answered, and it was the same question but angrier. Where the heck is my girlfriend? I'll spare you the suspense. This went on for quite some time. Absolutely no clue why Will was convinced I know where Summer is, but I told him exactly when and where I last saw her, and that she disappears like this routinely, which he damn well knows. They've been together for a year. I used the plainest language possible, but Will just wouldn't relent. He called me about 50 times. I put it on silent at first, but by the 51st time, I'd had enough. I answered and said, "Bro, stop blowing up my phone. I don't know where Summer is, and I'll block you if I have to. You're going to get me fired." Then I turned my phone off. Today, Summer called me. I was expecting some form of explanation, but she opened with, "I'm handing the phone to Will. He wants an apology." I stopped her and said, "Apology for what?" She said, "For saying that he blew up your phone," to which I replied, "He did blow up my phone and I was at work too. Maybe I shouldn't have threatened to block, but he didn't get the point the first 50 times I said it calmly." Summer said, "Just apologize because he's really pissed." And here's where I'm probably the jerk. No to all of that. I'm not apologizing because her milquetoast boyfriend, who is basically the human equivalent of a dry ham sandwich, is on some ego trip. I said that but nicer, and she hung up on me. Now I'm thinking I should have sucked it up rather than jeopardize 2 decades of friendship. Am I the jerk? Our next post is by Fine Cut. Am I the jerk for telling my mom to spend money on a tutor for her favorite daughter because I won't be helping my sister? My parents had me, 16F, and my sister, 14F. We lost our dad a few years ago. My mom has heavily favored my sister since she was born, to the point she has raised my sister to be a pretty shitty person to be around. At least she is to me. Dad noticed it and called Mom out, and at some point they did therapy where apparently it came to light that the grandmother she named me after was a person my mom had a lot of resentment toward. Why she named me after her, then I will never really know. She claimed not to realize at the time, but she at least has some resentment toward me based on that. She also had some postpartum depression when I was born and claimed the early months with me were a very dark time. Whenever we fight, she takes my sister's side regardless of what happens. Sister takes food off my plate, won't get in trouble. If I yell at her for it, I get punished. If I take food off my sister's plate in return, I get punished. Sister takes something from my room, nothing said. I bang on her door after she locked it and try to get it back, punished for harassing my sister and making noise. I tell my mom about this stuff happening. She says something about learning how to share, or my sister being the baby, or my sister needing more, so let it go. My sister loves to gloat that mom loves her more. My sister has told me that mom has told her she loves her but tolerates me. My sister told me mom wishes I had died instead of dad. She told me they talk about that stuff. She also told me after dad died, mom pulled all the money from my college savings and put it into hers. My sister also lies to mom and claims I did stuff when she feels like I didn't get in enough trouble recently. In June, she got me grounded for the whole month by breaking her laptop and claiming I had done it. She knew it would be believable too, because I resented mom for buying my sister a brand new gaming laptop while I had to buy a really cheap second-hand one myself, with money from my birthday and Christmas. Mom didn't even let me say anything, and my sister gloated that mom will always believe her over me. It came to my mom's attention a few months ago that my sister is struggling in school in a couple of places, and she can't seem to catch back up easily. But I always had good grades. I could even graduate early in theory if my school offered that. They don't. My mom is aware of this from past years. So she told me a couple of weeks ago that I need to start tutoring my sister before she gets into a hole she can't climb out of. I told my mom I won't help my sister. Mom told me I will, and it's my duty to help. I told her to spend money on a tutor for her favorite daughter because I won't do a thing to help either of them with this. I told her they don't deserve my help. Mom asked how I could put my sister's future at risk. I shrugged. Mom called me names and slammed a door when she left me. The tension is high because of this, and my sister is loving it. Am I the jerk? Thank you for listening to the Reddit Chronicles. Follow for more content.